Hello everyone and welcome. Today we have a speed build. So this is what we will be building today. This is a little one-bedroom home that sits on the wharf in Brindleton Bay, which is the world that came with cats and dogs. So we are going to be building this little beauty today. Now, I didn't have an inspiration for this build as such, like there wasn't a picture that I was going off, but I did kind of have an idea in my mind of what I wanted to build. And I definitely knew who I was building it for, because I'm building it for a young man who has just left home. He is going to university. This is not a starter home though, because he comes from a well-to-do family, like not rich, but you know, it's not like the land grabs or anything like that, but it's definitely come from a well-to-do family. So he left home with 60,000 simoleons. So that is our budget for this particular build. And so he's a young man who is going to university. He is into fitness. So I wanted to have him like have at least one sort of fitness option in the house, so we'll get to that a little bit later. And yeah, I didn't want to overcomplicate like the exterior. I mean, it's not like a big lot that I can work with either, so I just wanted to keep the exterior fairly simple as far as landscaping goes, because he's not like a big gardening sim or anything like that. Now, as you can see, I am fussing around with the roof a little bit. It took me a little bit, I did cut out a little bit of the fussing around, because I was like, well, you probably don't want to see all of that, but you get to see a little bit of it. I was just working on this angle that I decided to do on the front door. I don't know why, but I am on this little kick at the moment of doing angled front doors. I think it's part of, I don't know, I was mucking around in Strangerville maybe a little bit too much. I think there was something there that had like an angled front door, and I was like, yeah, I'm into that. So just playing around with that little angle at the moment and how I'm going to make that work. And then I wanted to have like a little partial porch covering on the back porch as well. So that's kind of what the idea behind that is. So that'll kind of evolve as I go along. I will still probably work on that little corner at the front a little bit more, but we are getting to just about where we need to go with that. So now I'm working on what to do with the exterior. So I have used only limited packs in this particular build. I think they are packs that have like a little bit more of a traditional vibe to them. So stuff like the city living, get to work, get together, get famous. If it's got get in the title, I think I've used it. Because I wanted to have a fitness option for my sim, I decided to do like a little lap pour down the back. Now, this is a teeny tiny lot. I think it's only a 20 by 15 lot. That's what it looks like to me. And yeah, so there's not like a heap of room for things. It's not a tiny house, so you know, I've given more space and allocated more space to the house. I thought that was more important for him, but I wanted to have like a little something out there for him as far as fitness goes. And also he's kind of like, you know, your popular kind of guy, a bit of a jock, so I wanted to give him a little bit of space for entertaining as well, because I think he's the type to have some friends over and have a good time. I mean, you know, he's in university, so he's going to want to have a little bit of a party vibe going on in the house. So I'm just doing like a little divider. That table drove me nuts. And I just wanted to hide the rubbish bin a little bit. For once, I did remember the exterior rubbish bin, so very proud of Velvet. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, and then that's the next fitness option. I was just seeing whether or not I could fit the basketball hoop in as well, but yeah, no. No chance of that. But as I think I mentioned, I kept the landscaping fairly simple. He's not going to be the type of guy that spends a lot of time in the garden, so it's just basic, simple kind of maintenance kind of vibe for the garden. Stuff that won't require a lot of work. I mean, it doesn't anyway, because it's The Sims and they don't look after that particular part of the garden. But it's the, you know, the story, the idea behind it. So I had a little bit of a fuss around with the windows and finally decided to go with the cats and dogs. I'm just looking at whether or not I wanted to go medium wall or tall wall on this build, and I'm still playing around with that roof. I think I've just about nailed it as to how I want it to sit. So I'm using the hipped roof. I don't actually use the hipped roof all that often. I tend to build more with the gable roof than the hipped roof, but in this instance, because I thought it was more of a traditional vibe home, I felt like the hipped roof suited it more, and I've just mixed it in obviously with the half gable for the porch coverage. So, and I used the cats and dogs shingle, I think, on the outside, as well as the Get Famous brick. So that's what I've used on the outside there. So I'm just working on what we're going to do for the floor plan. I'm using cats and dogs for the windows and I think possibly the door. I can't remember which door that was. But yeah, cats and dogs, cats and dogs. Meow. But they have good windows and they do suit that traditional vibe. So it's actually a good pack for a more traditional build. Things like your cats and dogs, Strangerville, that's another good traditional one as well. And Get Together does have some good traditional stuff too, because obviously, you know, you got your Winterberg Tudor style builds, that sort of thing. So I did try to give myself packs that would work nicely together. So just working on the painting of the inside of the house. So I'm going with a lighter colour on the inside because we went with quite a dark brown on the exterior, but I wanted to go a little bit lighter on the interior. And I've used the cats and dogs wallpaper there and the cats and dogs arch. So what we have on the interior as far as the floor plan goes is the, what am I doing? Those counters aren't right. Sorry, I'm just watching. I was like, what am I doing there? It's because I saw those I think they get to work counters. And I was like, are they functional? Will they work for what I'm doing? And the answer is no, they don't. Anyway, I'll figure that out. So I'm just playing around with the placement of the kitchen at the moment. I will change those counters because they don't work, but I am conscious of the fact we do have a budget that is quickly dwindling. There we go. I'm just switching the counters over now and changing the colour. But this is the sort of the shape of the kitchen. I actually might still change like a little bit. Oh, we'll see. It'll evolve. But I was talking about the floor plan. So the floor plan is we have one bedroom or one bathroom, and the archway goes through to a separate study because he is at university. So I thought having a study was going to be quite important for him. And so I put one in there. So I'm just doing like a little half wall to separate the kitchen from the front door because, you know, it's a little bit awkward just walking straight into the kitchen. And then I realised if I could do that, then I can move the counters along and reduce the size of the kitchen quite significantly, because it is, it's, you know, it's kind of like a first home. So having like a not enormous kitchen would make sense. So just finishing that off and putting in the rubbish bin, which I have remembered for once. So I'm doing pretty well as far as remembering rubbish bins in this episode. I more than often forget them, so yay me. So I'm just using the fitness stuff pack, what's it called, a coat rack thing. It has got a towel on it, but it looks like you could hang other things on there as well. And I'm just working on the clutter in the kitchen, so just a few bits and pieces. I haven't gone overboard with that because it isn't a huge kitchen, but there is a little bit of counter space there. So I went with a little bit of decorative stuff on the outside as far as flowers go, because I thought, well, I feel like his mum would still be an influence on him, and his mum is a gardener and she would want to bring like a little bit of pretty into his world. So she's influenced him and put some flowers around the house. So there we go, there's some more flowers going out there. So that's his mum's doing. It's not really him, he doesn't really care about flowers, but his mum was like, no honey, you've got to have some nice flowers, so here you go. And there he went. It's like, yes, mum. Just putting some sporting equipment outside because he is a sporty fella. So just doing like the fitness haul table, if you're wondering which pack that comes from, and I think that's the fitness rugs as well. So that Get Fit, what is it, the fitness stuff pack ended up coming in quite in handy for little bits and pieces around here. Why did I actually select that as an option? That's a good question. I think because I actually quite like the bathroom stuff that comes with that pack as well. It's quite like masculine. So yeah, I think that's why I selected that particular pack, and then I actually found some other stuff that was quite useful. So that's why sometimes having that limited pack build brings out some different things that you might not ordinarily use, and that's nice. So in the interior, so we're just going with the sort of the light browns and contrasting with touches of blue. So I'm just working out how this is going to be laid out and how I want this sort of little lounge corner to sit. I think this I fuss around with this for a little while because I wasn't quite happy with how this was going, but we got there in the end with it. And yeah, I put a cactus in there and I was like, that's the kind of plant that he would like because it's like low maintenance. It's like, yeah, that's my kind of plant. So I was just thinking about armchairs because he's going to have like people over now and then and might sit there and watch the sports ball on the TV. So it kind of made sense to me that he would have more than just, you know, a couch to sit on. He would have something like a little bit more. And once again, look how enormous that end table is next to the chair. I actually don't think I keep it like this. I don't know, we'll see. But I want to change back that blue TV cabinet thing. Yeah, I don't think that was a good choice. I changed my mind on that. No to that. So just doing a few more bits and pieces to the kitchen. So I'm just going to put some stuff, I think, on top of the fridge, maybe. Oh, light switch. I put a light switch in a build. Do you know how often I do that? Never. So, what were we talking about? I think I might have been talking about things that you forget on Twitter, and someone mentioned light switches, and I was like, I never even put light switches in anything ever. It's because, I mean, you know, they're obviously decorative and non-functional, but it's like the toilet paper, right? You always put that in because, you know, it's decorative and non-functional, but that's the story behind it, the idea behind it, and I don't know how often I will remember to put light switches in, but I'm going to try to do it more often because it's, yeah, as I said, it's the same sort of thing as toilet paper. It's the idea behind it, not the actual function behind it. So I'll try. We'll see how that goes. So I'm just working on decorating the study at the moment. I'm just thinking about what would be suitable for a young man going to university. I was like, well, maybe he has like a couple of degrees on the wall, and then we need like a bookshelf. So once again, using the fitness stuff pack, bring in like that cute little bookshelf. That's the word I'm going for. And then we just got a little chair in the corner, because it's nice to have somewhere a little, you know, a bit more comfy to sit while you're studying, perhaps, rather than cramping yourself up on a desk all day long. Oh, just like I do. Silly me. I need a comfy chair and a little nook. I need like a proper study. Oh well. Okay, so then going through to the bathroom. So I'm just putting some counters in there. I don't actually even know if I use the fitness stuff pack in the bathroom. No, I think I do. I think I use the shower at least. But I didn't use the sink. So just doing it as dual mirror, dual kind of towels, with the idea that maybe, hey, one day he will convince a woman to move in with him. And maybe she wants her side of the counters. And just working on the clutter there for the bathroom. Just little bits and pieces, whatever I have available. So now it's time to choose a shower. So yes, I do use the fitness pack shower and the toilet. So I did use those. Good on me. I wasn't sure if I did or not. And there's the toilet paper going in. See, I remember the toilet paper, but I just don't remember light switches. It's just one of those things. I don't even think I put light switches anywhere else in the house, just the front door. So it's like one light switch for everything. There you go. So now we are moving into the bedroom. I won't keep that like that, that's just not right. But the idea behind why I did that was that I wanted to have like a separate little wardrobe area. So I kind of wanted to divide it off, but not have it like a full wall coming in, like a narrow corridor. But I will second guess this choice, so don't worry. And you know what? This wardrobe, I actually really like it. Like the backpack color in there is like a little off-putting. But I do like the color. I mean, I do like that actual wardrobe. I think that's from City Living, and I don't think that's one that I've really used. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm definitely going to use that some more. So just I've travelled back to the kitchen for some reason, and am just putting a little bit of clutter on the top of the fridge. Yeah, there we go. Done. Oh, and some stuff in the corner. You know why? It's because I was thinking about what to do about the bedroom, so I distracted myself while I was thinking about it, and I was like, I'm going to put some bits and pieces around the house, fix the rest of the house up, change things around, and think about what I've done. It's like, what have you done, Velvet? What have you done? So yeah, so I'm just shifting the lounge around a little bit because I moved the doors around so that I could fix the bedroom. And then now that's just not working, so just playing around with it and trying to make it all work. But I'll get there in the end, I think. It's all coming together slowly but surely. And there we are. There is a bit of a space in the middle, but I decided to just put like a little chest table in there, and it kind of takes away that illusion of space there. So there we are. The bedroom's looking a little bit less insane and more like a normal person kind of designed it, perhaps, maybe. I don't know if I'd classify myself as normal. I mean, you know, what is normal anyway? So I am going with a dark brown and the light blue in the bedroom as the colour sort of theme. As you can see, they're just sort of setting up a wardrobe area with a dresser, and I'll probably put, oh yeah, that's right, I put shelves above there. And I was lacking options for things that would snap, so I was just like, I'm just going to use like this hidden object stuff that happens to be sitting there in my inventory. So I was like, yeah, that'll do. Some decorative stuff. Maybe he's into collectibles as well. So then I had to choose a bed, and I was definitely thinking about something more traditional than I was modern, because that's the vibe of the build. It's definitely going towards the more traditional side of things. So I've gone with, oh yeah, I went with a really expensive bed. I still have like 3,000 simoleons left. The exterior is done. It's just really this bedroom that I need to do. So 3,000 for a bedroom left when I've already purchased the bed and the wardrobes is actually not too shabby as far as money goes. I've decided to change the colour of the floor. It just wasn't quite working with the bed that I chose, so I went with a lighter wood that matched the lighter wood on the bed, but I'm keeping the darker wood of the furniture and the windows. So there is going to be a darker wood vibe there. It just kind of felt like the bed was a little bit isolated with its colour when I've got all darker woods in the rest of the room. So bringing in the lighter wood of the floor just helped it feel like a little bit more coordinated. So now I am thinking about the old curtains. Oh, curtains, what am I going to do with you? So I ended up going with, I think this, City Living curtains actually. I thought it might be cats and dogs, but it's City Living curtains. Just changing my mind there. And then I've got like this little space in the sort of center or back side of the room. I have this thing about putting beds against walls, and I know you don't have to, but I just tend to. But I do want to get into the habit of maybe having like beds just sitting in the center of the room and like building around that, rather than just having this big old space in the center of the room that I need to deal with. But this is what I did anyway. I just put a little TV on the end, and guess what? It is almost time to finish the build. So I'm just fixing a few things around the front. I realize those are way too high. Moving the little flower basket, and I just wanted to put something else in the little front area. I have like 100 simoleons left, so nothing too expensive. There we go, that's looking a little bit better. So let's take a tour. Hey, look, there's a kitty. Oh, and there's a doggy. Ah, the wonders of Brindleton Bay. And this is our cute little one bedroom down on the wharf. It's in the hubbub of the Brindleton Bay area, and it is a cute one bedroom for a university student who's made their way out into the world and with a little bit of cash in their pockets. So moving into the interior, so we've gone a lot lighter on the interior with the light brown and mixing in the blue. So I've used a light blue in the kitchen, and also into the living area you'll see a light blue there as well, which I think is works really nicely with the dark like windows and the dark doors and stuff. I think that brings it out quite nicely, and it is a more traditional vibe. So I've used like the traditional chairs and nothing like there's touches of modern here and there because he is a young man, but yeah, I've gone with more traditional because he's got the more traditional family values, and yeah, he's come from a strong family background and he likes traditional things. So here we are moving through to the bathroom. So we've kept in the chocolate brown in there rather than the light brown, but we've used the light brown on the walls and the floor, and the fitness pack, stuff pack, toilet and shower, as you can see there. And then moving through to the bedroom, there's our young man right there. He's contemplating going to bed. He's like, I've had a long night studying, should I have a rest? And in the main and only bedroom in this build, we've gone with a light blue and a light brown on the floor, and using the dark blue and the dark brown in the furnishings. So I want to thank you very much for coming with me on this build. I hope you've enjoyed it, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hey, I'd love a comment too. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.